Thank you, sir. May I request Advocate Shri Yeshwant Shenoy, President of the Bar Association, High Court of Kerala, to address the gathering.
Good evening to His Excellency, the Honorable Governor Sri Rajendra Ji, the other dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, my dear friends. I am here to welcome the Governor on behalf of the Bar of this Honorable Court. And on this law day, the day on which our Constitution came into existence, we need to know why did we all have a need to have a Constitution. The need across the world to any country to have a Constitution is only and only for one principle. And that principle and that need, the human need, the most basic human need, is the cause why we have Constitution in any and every country that is existing in the world, and that cause is liberty. This I would quote from the speech of Justice Learned Hand in 1944, the Spirit of Liberty speech, where he said, why did the Constitution come into existence? And the reason for Constitution to come into existence worldwide remained one, and it was liberty. What he said was this: we sought liberty, freedoms from oppression, freedoms from the want, freedoms to be ourselves. I often wonder whether we do not rest our hopes too much upon Constitution, upon laws, and upon courts. These are false hopes. Believe me, these are false hopes. Liberty lies in the hearts of men and women. When it dies there, no Constitution, no law, no court can even do much to help it. When it lies there, it needs no Constitution, no law, no courts to save it. These words have such deep meaning. Liberty lies in our hearts. Liberty is an idea that has to survive in our hearts, and it is not just a concept in Constitution. Thank you, friends. Thank you so much.
May I now call Senior Advocate Shri B.G. Harindranath, former Law Secretary, Government of Kerala, to present his address on this glorious occasion.
His Excellency, the Honorable Governor of Kerala, Sri Rajendra Vishwanath Arlekar, Advocate Anil Kumar, Advocate Yeshwant Shenoy, K.S. Bharathan, Rahul Venugopal, O.M. Shalina, Honorable Judges of the High Court, Registrars, my dear friends in the legal fraternity. Bharatiya Abhibhashaka Parishad was the first body to take the initiative to mark 26 November as National Law Day, highlighting the importance of constitutional values and professional ethics within the legal community. November 26 was officially observed as the Constitution Day, Samvidhan Day in India. It is in 2015, the central government designated this day to commemorate the adoption of Indian Constitution. Prior to this decision, November 26 had been informally marked as a National Law Day. The government's declaration aimed to honor the Constitution's adoption on November 26, 1949, and to acknowledge the significant contributions of our founding fathers. The original handwritten Constitution of India showcased in the atrium of our court. The English text was meticulously penned by Prem Bihari Narayan Rasda, the principal calligrapher, who completed the work in an elegant italic script over a period of 6 months. Hindi version was artistically rendered in Devanagari by Vasant Krishna Vaidya. Both manuscripts were further enhanced with exquisite illustrations and decorative artwork created by artists from Shantiniketan under the guidance of Nandalal Bose, along with his colleagues and students. While the written text of the Constitution, comprising of 145,000 words, did not expressly articulate it, the accompanying illustrations vividly conveyed the idea of India as an unbroken civilizational continuum. The artwork serves as a tribute spanning thousands of years of Indian history, culminating in the freedom movement, and is organized according to the major historical epochs. The constitution, which you have seen, opens with an emblematic motif, the bull from the Saraswati civilization. Part 2, dealing with the citizenship, begins with an illustration of an ashram from the Vedic period, depicting ascetics engaged in prayer and yajnas. Part 3, which enshrines the fundamental rights, features a scene from the Ramayana portraying Sri Ram, Sita Mata, and Lakshman, symbolizing the triumph of Dharma over Adharma. Part 4, outlining the directive principles of state policy, includes an illustration of Sri Krishna imparting the profound teachings of Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna on the battlefield of Kurukshetra during the Mahabharata. Subsequent pages continue this visual journey through various epochs of Indian history. Dr. S. Srikant Shastri remarked that Indian culture, much like the nation itself, is both indivisible and timeless. Just as India's continuous geographical expanse stretches from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, from Vishweshwara to Rameshwara, from Bindu Madhava to Sethu Madhava, the cultural identity reflects the same unity. The traditional and revered name of India is Bharatavarsha, referenced as Bharat in Part 1 of the Constitution. It embodies this idea. India may well be the only country whose very name conveys both spiritual and temporal dimensions. The term Varsha denotes the geographical region as well as season, Varsha Ritu. This worldview also shapes the way Indians regard their land as sacred. Few, if any, other cultures have so deeply sanctified and worshipped their physical geography. Swami Vivekananda says, and I quote, "There have been other nations equally glorious and have come and gone, living a few hours of exultant and exuberant dominance and national life, and then vanishing like ripples on the face of waters. India has for thousands of years peacefully existed. Her activity prevailed even when Greece did not exist, when Rome was not thought of, when the very fathers of modern Europeans lived in the forests and painted themselves blue. In ancient India, we too had our suprema lex, such as the Brihaspati Smriti, an important legal text within the Dharmashastra tradition that primarily addressed jurisprudence and judicial procedures. Similarly, Kautilya's Arthashastra served as comprehensive treatise on statecraft, politics, economic policy, and military strategy. Indian democracy did not originate on the 15th August 1947. Diodorus Siculus, drawing on the accounts of traveler Megasthenes, noted that at the time of Alexander's invasion, many Indian cities had operated under democratic systems. He also observed the absence of slavery, which he regarded as fundamental expression of freedom. It is for this reason that our Honorable Prime Minister referred to India as the mother of democracy. Macaulay was also correct in recognizing Indian tradition as a primary focus for Indians as primary focus for introduction of English education. Ironically, this cultural resilience was later weakened from within as sections of English educated elite began adopting British social norms and perspectives. In many ways, although independent India claimed to break free from colonial influence, the elite class refined and internalized aspects of it to an extent that even British had not anticipated, particularly in the sphere of education. Striking outcome of this elite-driven reshaping of Indian historical narratives has been the systematic conditioning of several generations of Indians to feel reluctant or even embarrassed to appreciate their cultural and local traditions and achievements, leading many students and general readers to reject or distance themselves from that. However, I must add that modern urban English educated Indian has since independence become increasingly disconnected from his own cultural roots, fulfilling Ananda Kumaraswamy's prophetic caution that such an individual will become a nondescript and superficial being deprived of all roots, a sort of intellectual pariah who does not belong to the east or west, the past or future. The history of our constitutional amendments in India, with a few exceptions, has largely involved restrictions of freedom. Whereas amendments in the US Constitution, beginning with the Bill of Rights, generally move towards expanding freedom, liberty. Despite having carefully crafted constitution that has withstood numerous challenges, our nation continues even now to face many difficulties. It is worth recalling that Dr. B.R. Ambedkar believed that granting special status to Jammu and Kashmir conflicted with the principle one nation and one constitution, which he considered vital for national integrity, and therefore he declined to draft that provision. Ultimately, Article 370, which conferred special autonomous status on Jammu and Kashmir, was drafted by N. Gopalaswamy Iyengar. Article 370, as you know, has now been abrogated, and this decision has been upheld by the Honorable Supreme Court. We still face numerous challenges, the foremost being the effort to move beyond the legacy of Macaulay's influence. One major issue is a question of common linked language, which has become highly emotional and politically charged. It is important for us to remember that Article 343 to 351 of the Indian Constitution, contained in Part 17, sets out framework for the Union's official language and its use in the states. Article 351 of the Constitution places a duty on the Union government to promote the spread of development of Hindi language so that it may serve as a medium of expression for all components of India's composite culture. During the 70s, there was a large agitation in Tamil Nadu challenging Hindi, which turned violent. The Tamil Nadu government decided to give pension schemes that provided benefits to individuals who had participated in anti-Hindi agitations, which was upheld by the Tamil Nadu High Court. But Honorable Supreme Court, however, encouraged that the scheme to grant pension encouraged divisive tendencies and promoted disintegration. It observed that if any state were to incite hostility against Hindi or any other language, such actions must be restrained at the outset, as they foster anti-national and anti-democratic sentiments. In Santosh Kumar versus Secretary, the Honorable Supreme Court held that given the importance of Sanskrit in preserving and nurturing our cultural heritage, and in light of its recognition in the national education policy, the decision to offer Sanskrit alone as an elective subject without extending the same status to Farsi or Persian does not violate the principle of secularism. Unfortunately, you will find in Hindi cinemas and other contemporary contexts, Sanskrit individual Hindi, Sanskritanist Hindi is totally absent. Instead, there is a greater prevalence of Persian and Urdu vocabulary, much to the chagrin of us South Indians, because we would easily understand Tatsam, Tadbhav words derived from Sanskrit. These are the onslaughts on our ethos, national culture, which silently occurs everywhere. We have to be vigilant about that. In the years to come, we must educate ourselves and be prepared to address these challenges. Thank you. Jai Hind.